Hey guys, this is my channel. Manuel.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you are wondering who is this pretty lady, I am Annalisa Luke, and if you're new in this channel, you are definitely welcome. If you're an old subscriber, old visitor, thank you for coming back and thank you for choosing to watch my channel. We are growing, and yeah, guys, I've been watching the Victoria Beckham Netflix documentary, and I'm like, there's so much to learn from that. Actually, I'd like to dissect it and just chat about it, more than anything, if you are into fashion like I am, or you're into business, or just you want to learn about how to transform your passion into money, or how to pivot in life, I guess you should try to give yourself time literally to go watch. It's literally not long. It's just, I think it's four episodes. So please go watch, let me know what you think, and we can have a conversation down below about everything. But that was a good one. That was a good watch. I was so worried literally before watching. I was like, what don't we know about Victoria and me and YK? Like, what don't we know about that couple? So I was like, but I was like, okay, let me watch. And I'm so glad I watched, guys. Literally, the whole documentary is about her, Victoria, establishing herself in the fashion industry. And literally how undermined she was, and how the business struggled and all of that. And I was like, what? I mean, this woman is married to a whole billionaire, if he's not a millionaire, but David is moneyed. He even has a soccer team. But I think that was so important for her, for her to literally show her struggles, show what she got through, and like, for me, I was inspired. And I was like, because I was watching it with my partner, I was like, you know what, every time we watch or we hear big names doing things, you always think, oh, because it's Victoria, or because it's someone popular, they automatically literally going to get a free pass into things. I mean, she was undermined. Okay, let me backtrack. Let's go back to when she was still in the Spice Girls, right? And there's a scene where she's saying she went back to perform and she realized that actually I'm over this. It's very important, guys. That's very important, because ezinye is in some things. Actually, I'm trying to limit myself from speaking a lot of Xhosa, because we have people from all over the world watching. I was so shocked on my other video when I saw there are people from USA who are watching. There are people from Indonesia watching, and they're very consistent on literally my videos. So I was like, okay, I'll need to do better and add a lot of English when I'm talking, and not be specifically speaking closer all the time, or like, yeah. But anyway, I'm just saying, guys, like, I was so inspired by the fact that some things might be working, but it's very important for you to know that, you know what, my time here is enough. I've grown this. Like, that is so beautiful. Because she went and performed with the Spice Girls, but she said something in her told her, girl, no, now it's time for you to leave. And she left. She literally left and tried this fashion thing. And also in media, guys, having a relationship that is popular like their relationship made things actually very difficult for them. But at the same time, it worked in her favor. Like, I was just, please go watch, guys. Like, it's a whole deep dive on who Victoria is, because we even saw her parents, how she grew up, where she grew up, all of that. It was just so beautiful to watch, And we even saw that Rolls Royce that David was talking about on his documentary. I don't know if you guys watched that one, but there was a documentary where Victoria was saying, I think she was trying to be modest, which was saying they were not rich and all of that. And David said in the background, but your dad had a Rolls Royce. it was so funny to see that Rolls Royce. So I'm just saying, guys, so she's taking us to her journey from how she grew up, her mom, her dad. She actually looks like her dad. How she grew up and literally everything on how she met David and how the media has treated her as a wag and someone dating a popular soccer player, and her journey with Spice Girls, if you guys remember, or you know, she was part of the Spice Girls. And when the group actually separated and how she tried to deal with all of that, you know. And then she continues to take us to her fashion journey. Oh my goodness. For me, I don't know. I kind of thought because it's Victoria, because she's popular. I mean, in the context of South Africa, if Bonang would say she's opening a clothing label or she's getting into fashion, I mean, Queen Bee is always dressed to the nines. I think we would think, oh, she's going to have it easy compared to a normal person saying, I'm going into fashion. But she was undermined. And, you know, even Anna Wintour from Vogue was invited for the first time and she didn't even pitch. That's how undermined she was in the industry. But she proved herself. I loved that. She was so consistent and she proved herself on those Paris Fashion Weeks and all of that. So she just take us through the journey and running out of finances, asking funding from her husband. And her husband funding the business, but the business is not businessing. Like, she's not getting the returns. I mean, the business of fashion, guys, is complicated. The business of fashion, I mean, we know in South Africa, we know a lot of people who are good in designing and who are literally designers, but their lives are not as glamorous, or people are not buying and all of that. So, and we know the continued conversation in the South African context about buying local and how local designs are expensive and all of that. So, like, I'm just trying to show you in a small scale, I can say. But now you can imagine the scale. Yo, Victoria, the Beckhams are a household name. I mean, they're big and they're good at what they do. But the business was not businessing. Like, people were probably not buying, or maybe in order for you to be a big fashion house, you need to, I don't know, I can't say, or it was not shown on the documentary what caused the entire thing, because she was just not seeing returns. And the husband got to a point where he couldn't afford to fund the business. I was shocked on that as well. I'm like, you have money, sir. What do you mean? You're busy buying teams and all of that. But that's the thing. Rich couples treat their relationships separate from their businesses. You know, it's not a matter of, because we are rich, now we have to literally focus on this business only. There's so much happening around them, you know. And I think also when David said Victoria was struggling to even come to him as the husband to ask for funds, or when she was seeing the business struggling and she couldn't find, like, it was a very difficult time for Victoria and all of that, because she's a proud woman. I was like, independent hands. It's so important. God has to be independent. It's very important to have your own. That's another thing I saw. I was like, all right, I love that. I love the fact that you remember and you know that your wife used to have money. Because so he even said their first mansion, I don't know which country it was, but it was bought by Victoria. And I found that very interesting. you know. Sometimes we admire couples and we don't want to put in the work, you know. So yeah, guys, I was actually saying, for me, I loved the fact that like the husband was like, Victoria used to have her own, like she used to the first house that they had, or the first mansion that they had, was bought by Victoria back in the days when she was moneyed and all of that. So I loved watching him also carrying her in her time of need, you know, and the importance of working on yourself as a woman, like having a life that is happening for you and not being dependent on your husband. I mean, that's so beautiful. And I think, guys, this is something we need to explore on, or literally talk about. A lot of successful relationships are from people who don't look at their man as the end goal, are from people who the relationship is a means to an end, but it's not the ultimate prize. Like, I mean, if she was someone else, she could have just relaxed and be like, I don't need to do anything. My husband is David, you know, Beckham. So, but she didn't. Like, she literally wanted us to know who Victoria is. And today, she's a household name in fashion, a respected one, where she had to even look for a funder. Oh, I love the story of the funder, where she was actually he was saying they'd actually decided that no, they're not going to invest in the business and all of that. And he saw his wife looking so nice, and he asked, what are you wearing? And the wife said, I'm wearing Victoria Beckham. And that's when the founder was like, yep, I am in. And I'm like, yo, Sana, that's so nice. I mean, you're supporting the business because your wife wears the brand. How nice, how beautiful. So I actually loved, I loved. So it was just a good documentary, man. Guys, please go watch it and let me know what you think. It's a story of perseverance, a story of hard work. The fashion shows is in net where like it would rain the day or hours before the show. It wasn't easy. Like, people in the fashion industry who didn't respect her are literally now part of the documentary. Yo Anna, I mean yo Donna, yo Tom Ford, Donna Versace, yo Anna Winter, like they are there, and they're actually giving Victoria the props. They're like, girl, you did it. Like, we didn't respect you. We thought it was just a fashion moment. We thought someone else is going to design for you, but you are actually proving everyone wrong. Like, you are a household name. We respect you just like our brand. I mean, you know, so that was so beautiful. And that also shows when you are dedicated into something and when you tell yourself that, you know what, I'm going to do this. Like, you shouldn't mind what people think of you and what people say. Just do your thing. I mean, there were so many naysayers. Abanyamanju, you need to prove them wrong, you know? And she was like, I'm not just putting my name on it. I'm going to be there on the trenches, be there on the design. And her things are beautiful. Oh, they're so beautiful. Like, she's so dedicated into it. Like, you can see even on the fashion shows, like, we are born Amanda, you know, she's the girl that she thinks she is. I really love that. I really loved it. As a fashion girly, I was hooked. I was stressed when it was raining before the show. I was stressed with her. I was like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? You know, like, it was so nice to watch. It was so nice to watch, you know. And the issue of funding, I was like, because everything, I'm a normal person. Victoria is obviously a celebrity and stuff, and I'm like, the issue of funding, and how can a normal person transform their business into something great? Obviously, funding will be a problem. And how a lot of businesses die because of funding, and how access to funding way too is a different ball game together, because you need money for a business. Like, a business eats up your money before it literally gives you money. And that's the reality that we can't run away from, especially if you will open something big to the magnitude of the big brands. Like literally whatever you're doing, even if it's on stores, even if it's on fashion, clothes, hair, whatever, in order for you to compete with the big existing brands, you will have to pop in a lot of money into that business. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I loved it. As a fashion girly, I was literally on my toes. I enjoyed it. And I also loved the fact that, like, Victoria Beckham reminds us that you can have it all. You can have the marriage, you can have the hubby, you can have the children, you can have the career. Like, as a woman, you don't have to constantly choose into a one. You can literally can have it all. You don't have to, and you can be nice while you're doing it, because she was so nice to her team. She was not a diva, man. Like, oh, I enjoyed it. She was not a diva. Like, she was just a beautiful soul. She affirmed models. Jay, she was amazing. She was really, really, really amazing. So I really loved it. And if you're into fashion like I am, please go watch and let me know. Let me know if I was biased. Let me know if I don't know, man. Just let me know. I love hearing conflicting views sometimes. At the same time, I love hearing views that agree with what I'm saying, so that I can see if I'm on the right path or not, or am I objective, am I subjective, am I negative, am I, you know? So let me know. If you're a fashion girly, please go watch and let me know. And yeah, guys. And lastly, I'd like to say, can we all learn from these big people? Our lives might be different, way different, but can we also learn that nothing was built in one day? Can we be patient, because we live in literally social media times where we admire people's lives on a daily basis, where we think people have it easy, but people are not having it easy. People are fighting. Like, now we will see the brand of Victoria Beckham in fashion doing so well, but there were times where the business was in trenches. There were times where she never had a solution for, like, and it's part of life. It's part of life. Sometimes we don't have the solution to our problems, and we just have to be patient with ourselves and keep, like, dreaming and hope for the better, and keep being positive. Continue doing whatever you're doing. It might be in a small scale. It might not even be related to this fashion that I'm talking about. It might be something completely different, but can we just be patient with ourselves? Be patient with your dreams. Your dreams will take literally everything from you, you know. And the value of hard work, let us keep literally working hard for the things that we want, and don't let the naysayers tell you otherwise. Don't let the naysay, because that's what you were saying about Victoria. They were saying everything they could say. They thought she was a chance taker. Jay, like, they were saying everything, but she proved them wrong, you know. So yeah, guys, I enjoyed it. Please go watch. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of the family. Thank you for being consistent and watching my videos and all of that. I really, really appreciate that. And yeah, see you on the next one. And yeah, guys, I did my face, literally. I did my face. And if you want me to do like makeup tutorial where I will do my face and my hair, let me know so that I can do that for you guys. So mwah, love you. Thank you for watching.